Om Bhadrakalyai Namo Nityam Saraswatyai Namo Namaha Veda Vedanga Vedanta Vidyasthanebhya Evacha Om Brahma Swarupa Parama Jyoti Rupa Sanatani Sarva Vidyadi Devi Ya tasyai vangyai namo nama Om yaya vina jagat sarvam Shashva jivanamritam bhavet Janani devi ya tasyai Saraswatyai namo namaha Om yaya vina jagat sarvam Mokamunmatavat sadha Ya Devi Vadadishthatri Tasyai Vangyai Namo Namaha Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Namaskar, welcome to Hinduism in Focus, brought to you with compliments of Sanatan Vaidic Dharma Pandits Sabha of Region 3. Today we are continuing this great discourse on Navaratri and the worship of God as Mother. As I have pointed out, it is only here that Mother is given prominence amongst all other religious tradition in the world. It is only here that a lofty philosophy exists and a whole trend of devotional are being done in honor of God as Universal Mother, Ishvara, having these attributes that are feminine in nature, and it is this that we call the expansive Shakti or power of God, which have been concretized for man's inspiration and for man's guidance towards mukti or liberation or God realization as such. We are worshipping the Devi and we are calling her for now. This energy is called Saraswatee Devi. Saraswatee Devi, or the energy divine, is what we call the energy that inspires and motivates each of us. So whether we are Orthodox Hindu or we are an atheist or we do not embrace any belief system as such, the whole world seeks inspiration and motivation. The whole world seeks knowledge. We say in Hinduism that this knowledge and this is really God's power, which is inherent inside of us, it is latent, and that the worshipping of the God as such or recognition of this power is what we call embracing of God. So when we recognize this power, it is called worship of Devi as Saraswati, the energy of inspiration and knowledge, which we call Mother, and we concretize her through our mythologies and stories, and we hold on to her and we seek inspiration. And no doubt we can all testify to the fact of the inspiration that has flown to us through the recognition and worship of the divine power as Devi Saraswati. Devi Saraswati is the embodiment of knowledge and represents the Jnana Shakti, or the power of speech and wisdom. Saraswati is the Vedic deity conceived as the inspirer of thought and knowledge. Light is a usual Vedic symbol for knowledge. In many verses of the Vedas, intelligence or Dhi is associated with Saraswati. So, all that which relates to learning, to understanding, to inspiration, that divine light, which is called Deepa or Dhi, comes from the Sanskrit root, is a light of intelligence, the light of wisdom, the light of knowledge. That we call Shakti as Saraswati, the Devi. In the Rig Veda, to go back, book number 1, Sukta number 3, mantra number 12, it says that, O Devi Saraswati, the mighty stream of light, she who illumines with her light, she brightens all intellect. So it recognizes this power of God as Saraswati, of inspiration, of knowledge, of intelligence, the sages recognize this. They more so they propitiate and they glorify this divine light, which is called Dhi. That, O Saraswati, you are the mighty stream of light. So the description that has been given in the Veda is not of an ordinary nature. They say the mighty stream of light. It meant that beyond this light, there is no other light. And this light is the highest light. It's called Dhi, or intelligence. Oh, mighty stream. It comes as a stream to us if we are ready to accept. And this Navratri, we are worshipping it in concretized form. She who illumines with her light. So the light, or this stream of light, does not only exist, but rather it illumines, it brightens all intellect. She brightens all intellect. She allows us to rise as being intelligent of our own self. Forget about the academic fields, forget about the various pursuits that we may have in our lives. Though to an extent it's the same Devi who inspires us there, but in this religious life, that knowledge, that enlightenment comes through this mighty stream of light that illumines all. She brightens the intellect. We say this light is Devi Saraswati, the mother or the goddess of learning, of knowledge. In the Rig Veda, in other places, it says in book number 6, Sukta 61, mantra number 4, it says, may this divine Saraswati, rich in her wealth, preserver of intellectual powers, may this Saraswati protect us. Now it tells us that rich in her wealth, and what is this wealth? It is the wealth of knowledge. It is perhaps the greatest wealth. And who is the preserver of intellectual power? The power that preserves us is called intellectual power, that inspires and motivates. May that power protects us, that we may be in line towards divinity. In the Veda, it went on further to state that, O Devi, Rig Veda, book number 1, Sukta 164, mantra number 49, it says, O Devi Saraswati, that exhaustless breast of yours, which is a source of well-being, with which you nourish all good things, which contains treasure, possesses wealth, confers good gifts, that lay thou bare here for our nourishment. So the sages say that this power, which is like the breast of a mother through which the child suckles, is the exhaustless, it is endless, it is a stream of knowledge, and it's like the breast of the divine mother, which all of us should suckle to have that knowledge, which is a source of well-being. This knowledge of ourselves is a source of our well-being, and with which it nourishes all good things. So through this intelligence, this knowledge which Saraswati represents, it nourishes everything, and it contains treasure, it possesses wealth, and it confers good gifts. So through this knowledge and inspiration, one is able to achieve good things in life, siddhi, perfection, that's good gifts, and to have this wealth of understanding, and to nourish, of course, all good things around. So the sages ask that may this power, this Shakti, that lay thou bare here, stay here, for what? For our nourishment. So Saraswati is depicted here in the Vedas as the loving mother at whose breast her devotee child feeds. She provides the milk of life, the great nourisher. Therefore, one has to seek inspiration from this divine source, which is God's source, which we call Shakti, energy divine, and we worship her as mother or goddess Saraswati. And in our mythological works too, a great set of stories and legends have been written. Some are perhaps not relevant now, but at the time they were written, maybe they were the need of the times. Thus we have the Puranas and secondary books. In the mythology, the goddess of knowledge, Saraswati, is portrayed as riding a white swan, which is a symbol of intuitive knowledge, of discrimination, and of total freedom. The swan is free It can discriminate between water and milk. It can take out the essence or the substance of everything. And it's of course symbolic of intuitive knowledge, that knowledge of independence. That is what all of us want. If we are worshipping the Devi, we must seek this kind of inspiration. So the mythological works have work here for us. She holds a musical instrument in her hands, symbolizing the order or the rhythm of the cosmic universe, as well as harmony and the unfoldment of human personality. She is also the embodiment of purity, and therefore is decked in the mythology, is decked in snowy white robes and adorned with white jasmine flowers. The worship of the Devi, Saraswati, removes inertia, promotes purity in one's personality. She is the goddess presided over all speech and fine arts and all forms of learning. The graceful swan as her vehicle is symbolical of the discrimination, that we should separate the milk or the substance from the water, or the calf from the grain of knowledge. We want this knowledge of ourselves, knowledge of things around us. We want to be motivated, and we want to aspire to great ideals. We want intelligence, and that is to surrender and to recognize this energy of D, or light, or intelligence, knowledge, which we call the Devi as Saraswati. So let us seek this inspiration as we worship the Devi of knowledge, Jnana Shakti Saraswati. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.